Where are my notes? There they are. Well, hi. We're live. Michelle, we're live, and I'm still putting my notes up on the screens here.
It's okay. It's good to
I
know that we're
am.
not scripted.
All right. I am Stephen for a reason. This is the RCN Show. Today is September the 19th. My gosh, I can't believe how fast this month's flying by. It's great to have everyone. And like always, Michelle, we've got another fantastic guest. You getting ready for this?
Ready.
All right. And you remember, I had you this morning do some homework because I'm going to put you on the hot seat here in just a minute. Again, today's RCN Show is episode 36. Thank you all for watching. As always, our show sponsor is now Team Thrive. Michelle, what exactly is Team Thrive? Hot seat time. What did you do for your homework? What is Team Thrive?
Well, Team Thrive is going to be very soon. It's going to be a place where people can go to just be themselves, to unwind, to talk about what's going on in their life, to express who they are, what they do, without being salesy or without getting spamming people. And you're not going to be worried about that in this group. You're not going to be worried about who's going to contact you without your knowledge. If they're going to talk to you, they have to get permission to talk to you first. Okay. If not, then we have repercussions and after effects of that. But it's just a place where people can come be themselves. And you know what? We in this world that we live in, we get a lot of disrespect at work. We get a lot of disrespect from our colleagues. We get a lot of disrespect from people in general. But in here, it's going to be everybody gets equal respect. And
amazing.
You'll be able to talk about things. Maybe not everybody has the answer to them, but you're able to talk about those things and get them out there so you can go on with your day and have a productive day. Our thing is we want people to thrive in every area of your life. Amazing. Whether it's being a dad, whether it being a mom, a brother, sister, cousin, whatever, an employee, an employer, whatever. You're just going to be, we want you to be able to thrive in every area of your life. We're going to be having events. We're going to have people talking and coaching, and there's not going to be any hardcore anything. We're Perfect. Just there to enjoy each other's company, be able to network with each other.
Beautiful. So for everyone who heard that, I'm just going to recoup. This is a non-judgmental space. Hang on a second. It's a non-judgmental space. It is no spamming allowed, or you won't do well with Michelle. She'll be all over you. It's for business owners and for everyone alike. And again, our sponsor, George Tremis of GT Realty in Toronto in the GTA. Love him. He's going to be coming on and doing an event on September 27th called Fireside Chat. And this is going to be the first event for Team Thrive. Anyone who's part of our network will be hearing about it formally, be getting invites, and stay tuned for more information on that.
That's actually the 20th. It'll be tomorrow.
No, it's not. That's Money Mountain tomorrow. Money Mountain's tomorrow.
You're right. I'm sorry. It's the 27th for that one. I get confused because
George. Michelle, when we were getting confused earlier, you're the lead of this group and you're confusing everybody.
It's just George Tremis is so amazing, and to have him do both is like super, super amazing.
Right on. Okay. Excuse me. And of course, our sponsor is Stacy Prieur. She is a certified Kathleen Black elite coach. Again, I'm going to review and get some better graphics on here for these coming shows. But Stacy's a doll. Kathleen Black's amazing. She's legendary and great to have their endorsement and support. And I hope amazing thing happens with those two for sure. As you know, I got to update this slide too. My gosh, we now at 180,000 business members, 80,000 realtor members. We service over 142 cities. And again, our big announcement, as always, we have our premium membership, $7.99 a month, no contracts. You want to get noticed, you want to stand out, get your premium profile today. I feel like I'm slinging hot dogs out at an arena or something, but anyways, premium membership, $7.99 monthly, like I say, and the profiles are beautiful. And with the amount of activity and people on our websites recently, this is something that you really want to take notice of. is simple. It's so simple. All you're going to do is pick your city, pick your industry, give us your first name, your last name, your email, your website, your phone number, and we'll create a beautiful profile for you and get you out there in front of all of our members. Okay, how it all comes together quickly. This show is live on Facebook groups, LinkedIn. We share it on YouTube. Once the recording is done, we then also share it on Stitcher, Spotify, Castbox, Google Podcast, and Anchor. Okay, long ado here. Sorry for the 10-minute intro, but I had to get the confusion of Team Thrive out of the way. And I love it, Michelle. You know I do. So we're always doing well with Michelle and her Team Thrive. Look forward to seeing that grow. But now, with no further ado, we're going to bring on to our guests Lorraine Mondello. Now, you know, it's funny. They call me Stephen for a reason, Michelle. And the people who are coming on as guests on the show, Tyann, who I met yesterday and had a wonderful experience with earlier today, every single person that's coming into our lives, I feel strongly, are there for a reason. It doesn't matter if it's by email, by text, by personal handshaking, networking events. People come together for specific reasons. We don't know why, but it's our job to follow through, okay? And Lorraine's just exactly that case. I was doing some research and looking for some suitable candidates to be guests on our show, and I met with Lorraine. And our first 2 minutes with her before the show, I'm very excited for this to get out and the story to be told, okay? So no further ado. Lorraine, are you ready?
I'm ready when you're ready, guys.
Okay. Here she is, everyone. Thanks, Lorraine, for joining us. Please share with me. Tell me how long you've been a realtor for again?
34 years this coming November.
Wow. And
my whole life.
I was just going to say, we won't ask you what you did beforehand because that's a long time. But what drew you? What got you started becoming a realtor?
Wow. Okay. The truth. I became a realtor. I worked for the fourth largest law firm in North America at the time as a law clerk. And I decided to move from downtown Toronto to the burbs. Had just had a baby and thought should go to the burbs. Right. And my realtor at the time said to me, wow, you'd be a fantastic real estate agent. And I thought, oh, well, why would I not do that? So while I was still working at the law firm, I got my license. Yeah. And here I am.
Amazing. Amazing. And so you're a realtor and a broker now, is that correct?
No, I'm not a broker. No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I thought you were a broker. Interesting. Okay. And so what brokerage do you work for?
Remax West.
Remax West. And that services the GTA area, is that correct?
Remax West encompasses 13 separate brokerages. Wow. That goes, right from one end of the GTA right through to the other end. We're a total of almost 700 agents.
Wow.
Big brokerage.
No kidding. So besides being a realtor, what do you like to do in your spare time?
I am an avid cook in my spare time.
Are you? What's your favorite foods to cook? And before you go any further, you know that I was a professional chef for over 24 years, right?
No, where? Tell me.
All over the place. So I started when I was 15 years old in Nova Scotia at the Digby Pines. Okay. I then moved to Winnipeg, and I worked at a few different restaurants. I actually did a lot of training, believe it or not, in Red Lobster when I was going through high school. I went to Calgary. I got my certificate at SAIT in Calgary. I did my apprenticeship in Jasper Park Lodge. And then following, I moved back to Winnipeg, and I've just worked in all these different places just nonstop. And I got to the point where I was entertaining a lot. I was public speaking a lot. I was coaching a lot. And some jerk said, Stephen, you'd make $1 million if you were in sales, never mind cooking. And anyways, I was ready for a change for multiple reasons, and that was my excuse. I stepped away from cooking after 24 years, because I thought I'd make $1 million in sales, just like that person told you you'd be a great realtor. Someone made the mistake of telling me I'd be great at sales, and I've yet to make $1 million, I can promise you. But I did fall in love with business networking, meeting great people, and I joined, I participated in every chamber event, every BNI event, every possible networking event. I ended up spending thousands of dollars to collect a lot of business cards, really, at the end of the day. And I knew that my vision for network would be a little bit different than what's out there. No disrespect at all to those groups, because they're all very good in their own ways. I just knew that I wanted to combine some of my passions together in this network. And I feel strongly, I always thought this too. Correct me. What do you think of this, Lorraine? If someone buys a home and they're moving in all their stuff, why do realtors give like chocolates and flowers and crap when they're moving into a house of mayhem with boxes everywhere? To me, it makes a lot more sense to give really nice gift certificates to restaurants, to caterers, things like that for people who are buying a house. What do you think of that idea?
Well, when I sell a home to a client the day that they move in at 7 p.m., I have pizza, wings, beer, and wine delivered.
Really?
For plates and the cups, absolutely.
Wow.
And I don't give them the real closing gift for 1 month till they've settled.
So, Lorraine, I just, like I said in the intro, and I'm going to say it again, people in life are meant to meet for a reason. Do you realize the synergies right there, that I can't get over how impressed I am that you deliver pizza, wings, and beer and wine, you said too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're hungry, they're thirsty, they're tired.
Wow.
I mean, this is like they're just so happy to sit on the floor and eat pizza and have a drink.
I love it. So back when I was cooking, we had custom meal drop-offs where realtors would prepay for them. And the same thing, when those owners were ready for it, it was just dropped off of their house. They could heat it up and eat, and
absolutely.
So I love that connection. You actually gave me goosebumps, and I'm very touched by it.
And I'm going to tell you, I do have a degree in culinary cuisine from Humber College, and I was a pastry chef at the Hyatt Hotel in Yorkville.
Wow. Okay. So the thing is, though, I suck at pastries. I don't have the finesse. I don't have the touch. My background, I was trained for almost 14 years exclusively with Europeans. And funny, for 14 years in Canada, all my chefs were from Europe.
Oh, yes.
But but I love soups. I love soups and sauces. I was a saucier. That was my background in training. Okay. And, I went from, I don't think I went from anywhere, but my philosophy is you don't need 30 items to make something taste good. You need sometimes like 2 or 3. I'm a very simplistic cook when it comes to that. And simple often does a lot better in my eyes. So I'm not that eccentric-y, really kind of trendy chef. I think that a really good prime rib roasted with Dijon mustard and garlic is probably the way to go, and just cook things with love, and it always turns out great. I can tell you so many. I cook for Patrick Swayze and Susan Sarandon and all these different people, and it doesn't matter. People always eat, and it was so funny because I would go all out in some of these caterings I'd put on, and I'd think, it was the fish or it was the meat or it was something that I put all this attention on. No one gave a crap about that. They liked the potatoes.
Everybody likes potatoes.
Yeah. So anyways, I still love the industry. I still love cooking. I still love talking food and doing food. But yeah, I'm really glad I'm not in the kitchen. Every time I cooked and worked, everybody else was off or on vacation. It was just a horrible lifestyle, but it was passion. And as a chef, it's constantly that release of passion that motivates you, So I did that for long enough. I paid my consequences. I didn't make very much money. I hurt my body. I hurt everything in my life around me. And you know what? I just love it now to be able to be on this side of it. And hey, I got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off where I never had that as a chef. So
that's for sure.
Hey, Michelle, you don't really ever heard me talking like this before in our shows, eh?
You have passion, and I think Lorraine just pulled that passion out of you because she started talking about something. I just see you light up.
Yeah, right. Well, it was the beers, the wings, and pizza when you move into your house. Like, we had Marcia Bergen on a little while ago, Lorraine, and she's an RLP agent here in Winnipeg. And she's like, Stephen, when I have my clients, I automatically give them a $5,000 budget to improve their home, do whatever it takes to get listing. And I thought, that's really awesome. And I know different realtors have different techniques in what they do, right? But you send beer, pizza, wings, and wine.
We're sold already.
Yeah. That's going to go a long way with me on the show. And after the fact, you had Eugene in my studio, and not only that, he's a promoter. Well, hell, never mind Remax. That's a nice brand, and your team is all nice and everything. But just send beer, wings, and pizza.
We don't care what the price is.
That's it. We're wrapped up. That's it for the show, man. Like, I am so sold.
Yeah, we don't care what the price of the home is now, as long as we get the beer, pizza, and wings, and the little wine on the side too. That's fine.
You're going to get double N's and full 5% for that, Lorraine. I'm telling you.
Thank you.
Okay. So, anyways, I'm all distracted and I'm frazzled here. Okay. So you've been a realtor now for over 32 years, and let's talk a little bit about your programs. So you're a team of true professionals, getting a top dollar for every home, and you do that for a long time, and you released your own listing manual, the real estate listing manual called Seal the Deal. Why don't you share a little bit about that?
So Seal the Deal, the ultimate listing presentation, was developed for realtors to understand that in our industry, you have to learn how to list to last in order to be very successful. And as we all know today, we're competing against 3 or 4 other agents when we go through the door.
Right.
So I've created a book with my 30 years of knowledge in that book of every question that a potential seller could possibly ask you. So it's a 41-page full color 10-millimeter laminated leather binder that you would receive. And basically the only criteria is that you know how to read. Every word that you should say to that seller is on each page, and you just turn the page. And the reasoning for that is so that at the end of your presentation to the seller, you can say to them, do you have any questions for me today? And they will just look up and say, wow, like, no.
Amazing.
I answered every single question that I could have possibly asked you. And the reason for that is because in a commission-based world, if you talk about commission before you show your perceived value, that's an issue. When you give a person your knowledge and your value first, commission is never an issue. They'll just stop at the end of the presentation and say, wow, you're so knowledgeable. You answered my questions. You left me with nothing to ask you. I feel so confident that you're the person that's going to glide me through this process.
Amazing. Okay, so let me ask you this question then. I gather, and from what you just said, it gives the realtor who's approaching clients on listing their homes confidence. It instills the knowledge. It tackles the elephant in the room when it comes to commission, things like that. I totally get that. On the agent side of things, I can see how that's a huge asset. What I'm interested in, though, what are the seller's emotions like when you're now talking to them at this stage?
Well, firstly, I don't think that the average agent realizes when they go to the seller's door that really most sellers don't know a lot about the process of selling their home.
Right.
They want somebody to hold their hand. They want to know every single thing that's going to happen. So the book itself, the manual, will talk to them about things just as simple as what is the MLS system? What is going to happen in my home when a realtor comes to show it? Will you be here? Will another agent be here? How do I know somebody was in my home? How am I going to know what they thought about my home?
Right.
What's going to happen when I have an open house? I don't think that the average seller even knows that a realtor is insured and bonded, that you're safe your things in your home, your personal property is safe with us. It goes through every single step. How will I advertise? How will I negotiate for you? And ultimately, of course, in my manual, the ultimate thing for me is to let the seller know that I am here to absolutely get you top dollar. That's my goal. It's my mission for the client to bring them as much money to the table as I can.
Wow. You know, that's a nice way to end it off, that icing on that cake, right?
Exactly.
So, all right. So that's the ultimate listing presentation. It's a manual that Lorraine has created. And you charge for that? What's that cost?
It costs $2,000.
Okay.
It's a lifetime product.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a template that you have to fill in the blank. What you will receive is exactly what you would take into a seller's home.
You know what? I don't mean to ask you to put you on the spot about the price, but I can tell you this. At $2,000 for those 30 years plus experience and knowledge, to give a new agent that confidence, ability, knowledge, know-how. You know, it doesn't matter what you're selling. You were just talking beforehand that a sale is a sale is a sale. Well, it is to a certain degree, but you also have to have some education and experience behind it. And I see a huge value in this presentation, because you might have a realtor who's only been a realtor for a year, 2, 3 years, that doesn't know all that information, or doesn't have that experience to talk to their clients, right? And so I see that being hugely benefit. Like, even if you had to open up the manual in front of them, I'm sure you could probably do an incredible job by educating your clients that way. And
well, you should open it in front of them. It is meant to be opened in front of them so that they see the colored graphics, so that they can engage with you.
So it's not something you study and you master. No, it's a shareable product.
You're bringing it to their home. Amazing. And it also comes, when you purchase Seal the Deal, it also comes with 4 online training modules. So I will train you online on how to present this to the seller. I will train you on the do's and don'ts of what not to talk about in their home. Mm-hmm. And then it comes with 3 further modules. One, of course, on farming, one on open houses, and one on buyers, so that I can help you get more listing presentations so that you can up your game.
Amazing. You know, we talk with a lot of realtors, and as I live online and I'm going through all these profiles and things, you see podcasters, you see people coaching and teaching differently. So let me ask you this question. How long has this listing presentation been available, Seal the Deal?
We only hit the market. It's been tested for over 3 years. I selected a group of 10 agents to test the manual for me to see how it would increase their performance for the last 3 years. But we only went live with the manual, oh my goodness, not even 2 months ago.
Is that right?
Yes.
Wow. Aren't you glad you met Stephen for a reason then? Amazing. So you know what? I can see right now, and I know every realtor is a business owner, but more of a business owner, you're definitely an entrepreneur too, eh?
I'm a definite entrepreneur, and I really just, you know, when we talk about the passion of cooking, mine is the passion. I just love to see realtors succeed, because everybody's afraid of sharing their knowledge. They're afraid that they won't be able to make more money. And the thing is, there's money out there for everybody.
Sure is. Sure is. And you know what, like I say, so that value of that program, I think, is priceless, because think about all that extra commission you're going to earn from using that module compared to not. So
absolutely. I see
the value in that.
I mean, I tell agents this. I mean, here's really the bottom line. If you only did 1 transaction a year, more than what you did today by buying my listing presentation, right? And in my market, let's hypothetically say that listing was $1 million. You would have earned $25,000 commission. You paid $2,000 for a manual. You have a 1,115% ROI on your investment. I think that's pretty darn good, and that's only on one transaction.
Right. I love what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, and I can see the entrepreneur through and through. And well, congrats on that. So let's just talk a little bit now about your Real Estate Rockstar Academy. That had a pretty interesting. You're booked. Did you say you're booked until February 2024?
Yes.
Okay, so how many people are we talking about that's booked into your Real Estate Rockstar Academy?
We take 10 agents a month. Now we're going to look in 2024 maybe to expanding our facility into more, or even perhaps allowing people to join in via Zoom. But right now we are hands-on with 10 agents a month.
Wow.
They come to me for 4 hours a day, every morning from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, from Monday to Thursday for an entire month, where I teach them hands-on. I do teach the program myself.
Yeah.
And I teach them hands-on the 4, what I call most important things that agents can ever learn. And the first, of course, is how to get a seller. The second is farming to get more business.
Yeah.
The third is how to conduct a successful open house. And the fourth is how to ensure that that buyer will purchase from you. And in that program, it's a really intense program, boot camp style training. And again, I don't teach theory at all. I teach practical, hands-on. This is how I made a living. This is what you need to do. There's no fill in the blank pages, no little white binder. There is a quiz at the end of every week to make sure you understood what you were hearing. And then when they leave me in a month, they should be able to earn a minimum of $300,000 a year.
Wow. That's incredible.
If they go to work, they have to go to work.
Well, exactly, right? People, the business doesn't come to you while you're sitting on the couch playing video games.
No, it doesn't. But there are really great ways to learn how to make it not as difficult.
For sure. And you know what? Business does come when you give away pizza, beer, wings, and wine.
That's what I give to them at the academy, so they stay.
Amazing. That's going to come out of me so many times you have no clue. Okay, are you familiar with Kenneth Toppin at all?
No.
Okay, so he's an agent and a guest we had on the show a few weeks ago now. And the reason why I'm talking about Kenneth is because you talked about farming and how important farming is in your business. And this guy, you can look him up afterwards, but he's with Remax as well.
I think he's in the GTA, is he not?
Yeah, he's Hallmark as well.
Yeah, I thought so. I know the name, I just don't know the person.
Again, for me, it's always about the people, Lorraine, and it's about the story, because I think like your story is awesome, and so was his. And his story to me that I'll never forget was when he started thinking about getting into real estate and he got his license. He was hopping a city bus, and he was taking himself from Scarborough to the different areas that he saw himself thriving in the GTA, and he farmed it by door knocking exclusively.
Beautiful.
What a story.
Beautiful.
You know? And so he's somebody I would suggest maybe reach out to and say, hey, I had a chat with Doing Well with Michelle and Stephen for a reason, and they brought you up because I see a lot of synergies there. And, you know, passionate people who got those stories that are driven, that are off the couch, right? You don't have to be a workaholic, but you got to be dedicated to following through on what you decided to do. You know, when I was a chef, let's go back. It's a chef show today, I'm afraid. When I was a chef, do you realize how many people were servers that were like professional university students because they didn't have a hot clue at what they wanted to do? Mm-hmm. That was the industry. Oh, I'm in this and that and this and that. I'm like, oh, fantastic. Well, good for you for spending a lot of money in university and getting all that kinds of education to do what? And I never got that as a cook. And you know what? Real estate is different. There's peaks and valleys and all these trials and tribulations. And again, I'm not a real estate agent, but I know a lot of them. And the emotional turmoil and hardships and highs and incredible experiences, it's just interesting to watch and see. And I commend you on taking all those life experiences for that long. I can only imagine the roller coasters you were on over the course of 30 years.
Oh, there's been lots of peaks and lots of valleys, but
yeah,
it's one of the things I talk about as well in the academy. How do you get through the peaks and valleys and survive? And the way that you do that is because you continue to work in a bad market the same way that you would work in a good market, so that when the bad market is over, you've already planted the seeds and the phone's going to ring for you. If you stop and you stay home and you're just, again, sitting on the sofa eating your bonbons, when the bad market is over, nobody will remember your name.
Right.
You've got to be
Well,
working
that's
all
so
the
true.
time.
Now, I pull up Stacy's picture here again. She's in the London area, and she was telling me that market is just not being very nice these days. And I'm sorry to hear that. And what she is often, or what she shared with me a few times, and why I changed the picture, is because she has told me the same thing that you just did, Lorraine, about how you continuously work the same way. You prepare for those valleys when you're in those, right? And so you guys both are two peas in a pod that way, and in that message. So I appreciate hearing that. Okay, so where do you see yourself in the next few years, Lorraine? Are you going to retire ever?
Well, people ask me that all the time. Why aren't you retired? First of all, I just couldn't even imagine not doing what I do every day.
Yeah.
And I am 66 years old. I will probably not retire for 10 years. I have a lot more agents to train.
Yeah.
A lot more rock stars to make happen. And it's what I thrive on. It's what I love. It's my thing. I just love to see everybody be successful in their craft.
Amazing. I went on an ice fishing trip just this last March with our office, and I had some quality time sitting next to the broker on top of a freezing cold frozen lake ice fishing. And I said, why aren't you retired? You should be retired a long time too. You got a brokerage of over 100 agents in it. Like, what are you doing? He's like, Stephen, I'll never retire. I just love it.
Exactly.
Like, okay, well, I guess that settles that, right? Now I'm going to wrap it up with this commentary and add to that point. Michelle, did you catch that passion that she's building a better tomorrow today? Did you see that?
Yes, and what I would like for her to talk about, what she has not talked about yet, is something that we talked about offline.
Sure.
Is I want you to tell people, because 33 years you have experienced a lot, and you have you have a pathway for everybody else to be successful too. But tell us about your success. You said something earlier about where you reached in your company, and you had to maintain a certain amount of income. Can you talk about that?
Of course. I spent 25 years of my career with Century 21. I only actually went to the Remax brand in January of this year. I, since 2016, have been what's called a Double Centurion Award winner. And in order to receive that award, be the recipient of that award, you must earn a minimal income of $640,000 a year, up to $960,000 a year.
Wow.
So I learned the hard way. I mean, I came into the business as a rookie, not really knowing where to go. And I think that's why I have so much empathy for struggling agents. But once you understand the 4 basic ways to make money in our industry, and that's the boot camp training, excuse me, anyone, I truly mean this when I say it, anyone can take themselves to that level with the right amount of discipline and the right work ethic. And one of the first things I try to teach people is that this is a career. You have to do work every single day. If we all sat in the office having a coffee and talking about how shitty the market is, because it is pretty shitty right now compared to what we're used to, we would probably earn 30% less than what we could if we didn't talk about that today. You've got to maybe double what you're doing to bring in the same as maybe what you would have earned a year ago. But the real deal is, after 33 years, this isn't going to last. Nothing lasts. It's going to go away. So, plant your seed today for a better life tomorrow. That's really what you should be doing.
Absolutely. And the reason why I wanted you to express that is because not only do you have the experience and you're teaching others how to make $300,000 a year. You never could have done that if you weren't making more than that. Right?
Well,
so I had to let people know that, look, because a lot of people are out there teaching programs and about how to make money, and they've never made $1,000 online, but they're still teaching about it.
Yeah, well, that's why I say, like we talked before the show, and I said to you, I don't teach theory, I teach practical. Because, again, and no disrespect to anybody out there, there are so many trainers, there are so many promoters out there that, they talk in general, pick a farm area. When you're in my boot camp, I'm going to help you pick your farm area, because I think picking a farm area is far more detailed than just picking a farm area. I think it's, demographics. I think it's age related. I think there's about 5 factors that should be taken into account when you're picking a farm area. You can send out 100,000 flyers a year, but if it's not the right location for you, it's not going to bring you money. You've got to be very careful in what you select so that you're not wasting the money that you put out there. So I help them. I mean, I will sit with you and say, no, this is what's better for you. Try this.
Now, if you want to learn to be a rock star, why not be taught by a rock star?
That's right. I agree with you on that, Michelle. And I'm agreeing and loving everything I'm hearing here. Like,
one of my other favorite topics in the academy is, are you at an open house to be a doorman? I have seen hundreds of thousands of realtors. They open the door and they say, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Come on in, take a look around. And I'm here if you have any questions. I mean, this is an opportunity for a $25,000 paycheck. We're not doormen. If you want to be a door guy, go to Walmart. This is not it.
So glad to hear you say that.
Me too. I was just going to comment about being a mentor. You got to be the active mentor. And you know what, Lorraine? I've got a funny feeling in your boot camp. You could be a nasty sergeant when you want to be.
No,
I can just tell.
But it's the truth. Like, let me show you how to convert that person. I mean, just recently I did a seminar, and I was telling a little story. Actually, it was last Thursday, saying, how many times have I heard a realtor say, oh my God, nobody came to the open house, but the neighbors. Yeah. Well, neighbors move. Neighbors have daughters. Neighbors have sons.
Thank you.
Neighbors have friends. Yeah. And the particular property, and I wrote it on the whiteboard at the seminar saying, look this up on the MLS system. Mm-hmm. I did an open house at a property called 71 Summerfield Crescent in Brampton. I mean, the neighbors came, and I chatted with them for a bit, and they said to me, we're going to sell our house next week, and we've already picked 3 realtors, but we would like to interview you as well. So I did go to the listing appointment the following week, and I took their listing. I mean, that's a very successful open house to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So do you ever work with builders, or are you always aftermarket, Lorraine?
I have worked with builders. I won't say I never have. I have. Yeah. I sold an entire subdivision in Wasaga Beach, but I'm a pretty much aftermarket gal.
Perfect. You know what? The only reason why I asked is because that's what it's like on the Parade of Homes and stuff. I'm not sure if you have Parade of Homes there, but here the builders every spring and fall, they do show homes, and they call it the Parade of Homes. And it's just like a massive open house for people to see what's happening and trends and granites and, all the different cupboards and all these different things. And it's kind of like a car show, but it's a house show, right? And so these agents do the same thing. Boy, are they good door openers, but they get lots of different aftermarket opportunities. Look, you want to build a new home? Well, what are you doing with the home you're about to sell? And it's amazing how one thing leads to the other. And the other thing I have in common with that is I have a lot of clients and businesses that say to me, Stephen, my businesses don't necessarily impact or affect directly realtors, like I had a life insurance person talking to me today. They're like, Stephen, I don't know if my program is great for realtors at all. And I said, no, absolutely you are, right? One, you want to tie a person's mortgage into your life insurance ideally, but more importantly, it's not just the realtors. It's their friends, it's their family, it's their clients, it's their aunt, their uncle, their sisters, right? And that's why I feel so strongly when it comes to marketing and promotion. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can always get better, but be consistent, you know? And that's why the show is starting to get some traction, why we're having so much fun and getting guests like you, Lorraine, is because we're authentic. We are ourselves. We're always building that better tomorrow today. And the other thing I really feel strongly about, and I don't know if it's the fact that I'm a father or why, but I also feel it's our duty to leave a lasting footprint. Absolutely. To a certain degree. And so maybe that's kind of why you're never going to retire, or at least not for a long time, is because you love that. And it ties in with building a better tomorrow today. And I say that all the time, because what we're doing today, we're impacting tons and tons of people in the future. It's my sons, it's my family, it's my wife, it's everybody that's involved in my world. All benefits from this, and I'm just grateful for it all, you know. So
of course, me too, absolutely.
I have one word. One word. That one word is legacy.
Yes.
Yes, and you know, you're a rock star, Lorraine. And if anybody in this industry wants to be a rock star, you will not forget this name. You will not forget this face. You will make sure that you call on Lorraine, because you need to be a rock star too. And I believe in you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Very kind words. Thank you.
That's doing well with Michelle. She's one very special person. She supported me since day one. And I just absolutely love doing the shows with her every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m.
Wonderful.
Okay, we're going to leave it at that, Lorraine. I'm sure I could probably talk to you all day, but I know you got clients you better go and serve, because you adjusted the schedule to be on here. So thank you again for that.
My pleasure. Thank you for asking me, Bill. It was great, and I'm sure we're going to catch up after the show.
We will catch up after the show, and we might even just have to bring you on as long as you bring the beer, the pizza, the wings, and the wine.
You got it.
Okay.
I don't want to enjoy them virtually. I want to join them in person.
Yeah, well, you're in Sacramento.
We'll bring our own, and we'll have a little party while we're talking again.
Yeah, sounds good. Present. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great afternoon and evening.
You too, everybody. Thanks again.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Well, that was fun.
Yes.
You know, like, you saw me light up like a firecracker there, and that happens sometimes, right? So
I wonder when you lit up the most, when she said about beer, pizza, and wine, or when she talked about cooking, because you lit up both times. So I'm trying to think of which time you lit up the brightest. Maybe.
Well, she's a pastry chef, Michelle. That's a different side of the sandbox than being a hot chef, you know. Yeah. But more talented than me, I'm afraid. I just don't have that touch. I love to eat this week, so that's why I'm diabetic. Yeah. But no, I can't cook pastries at all.
If someone is watching this show, or they're watching the replay on this show, you got to remember the name Lorraine Mondello, and what she brings to the table. She is a rock star.
She is.
And what she does to work with people, because she cares about them. She cares about their success. Where are you going to find that?
Right. It's that legacy. It's that building a better tomorrow today. It's the footprint that we leave in our society and our lives. You know what? I never even spit it out. I was kind of flustered by it all, the beer and wings, and like pizza and wings. My God. Okay. I'm still there. Maybe I'm still hungry. I'm not sure, but you can contact Lorraine. She gave me her personal phone number, 647-922-5309. I would highly recommend you guys take us up on that. Again, an iconic person in the industry. We're blessed, Michelle, to have these people on our shows and to learn about them. And I just feel absolutely touched with all of our guests. But again, Lorraine was no exception. Absolutely. Okay, quickly going, Realtors Choice Network. You can find us at realtorschoicenetwork.com. You can see all of our experts at the RCNexperts.com. And we are the world's leading referral network organization. Couple quick pop-ups here. There's some incredible investment properties still for sale in Ocala, Florida. If you want to hear more information, These homes are in that 260 range. They're brand new. They are beyond code. They have granite. They have incredible fine touches throughout them. If you want to get hold of the realtor or the owner of these homes, there's 18 of them in Ocala, Florida. There's 30,000 jobs moving to this area of Florida right now. And this investment company built these homes, an incredible opportunity. Get hold of us at realtorschoiceproducts@gmail.com for more information. I'd be pleased to introduce you to Tiffany and Monica. The floor plan's gorgeous. They're roughly 1,400 square feet. Think about that in Toronto, Vancouver, or other big cities. $260K, give or take, for a 1,400 square foot luxury home. Okay? realtorschoiceproducts@gmail.com. I'm not a salesman. I'm not a realtor. I'm just sharing this images and this information with everyone because it's something that you should really reach out to me about. Beautiful. Okay. Doing well with Michelle. As always, thanks for updating everybody on Team Thrive, Michelle. Thanks for chiming in and asking Lorraine some awesome questions. You asked about her salary. Well, you know what? She shared it, and I appreciated that, and I appreciate you.
The reason why is because, if someone is going to make a claim that they can help you get to $300,000 a year,
yeah,
they have had to at least reach that or excel that. And that was so important for her to say where she is in the company, because that point really hit home with some people that's watching here today, I'm sure. I'm sure
as well. Want to get to do well with Michelle? Contact Michelle at 1-559-612-2111 or meet with Michelle at vcsolutions360.com. Myself, as always, I am Stephen for a reason. You can contact me at realtorschoiceproducts@gmail.com. I know I should do a better email, but I like Gmail, so leave me alone. Okay? realtorschoiceproducts@gmail.com, 204-894-7477. And please check out our websites, like as I mentioned, realtorschoicenetwork.com, our experts, rcnexperts.com today. And you know what? I'm not going to forget, Michelle. I've said it about 10 times this show, but building a better tomorrow today. You like that?
I love that. Building a better tomorrow today. I got it right this time because I read it. So
awesome. Okay, that wraps up our show. Again, I want to thank Lorraine Mondello for her time and effort and dedication to it. And I appreciate it very much. I can't wait to share more information because I have a feeling Lorraine's going to become key in our organization. We're going to hear a lot more from her in the future. That's a wrap, folks. Today is episode 36 of the RCN Show. Have a fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you all on Thursday.
And thank you guys for joining us, and see you again here next time. Bring somebody with you next time.
Yeah, okay, do that. And next time is Tanya Fernandez. Velica, I think that's how I pronounce her middle name, Tanya Velica Fernandez. She is a broker. She's going to be our guest on Thursday. I'm very excited about having her on as well. I think you're going to get a kick out of it. And talk to you soon. Thanks a lot.
All right, bye. Everyone.